Yo, welcome back to Heavy Metal Devils. Danny here, bringing you more of the latest Manchester United news. And we've got a little bit of news regarding the takeover process. And Rasmus Hojlund, where you at? And some news about our midfield. But just before we get into the news, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not even jumping by 100s anymore. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. I can't do it without all your help. It's been so great so far, but please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, let's get right into the news. Let's talk about what's going on with this takeover. To be honest, I've read the articles. I've watched a lot of videos on this morning and this afternoon, and to me, nothing has changed. So there's been a lot of talk about the sale process pausing and stopping. It actually came out that Sheikh Jassim has been holding this process up over the last few weeks. So I think everyone started to think that the process has kind of stopped or stalled, even paused. But now an article came out today, I believe, from the Daily Mail. I forget the paper about. But the process is apparently still ongoing, still having multiple talks. There's talks between multiple different parties, including full takeover and partial takeover opportunities. So, yeah, to me, that doesn't seem like, honestly, anything's changed. The only thing that's kind of concerning is that a lot of people are starting to suspect that the Glazers will end up staying. They'll go with either some investment or a partial takeover, like a Jim Ratcliffe idea. So this is getting a bit worrying. I think with this whole this big Adidas deal that just came in, people are starting to think that the Glazers will stay. And by God, if they stay, I don't know what wrath will happen on this club from the fans. It is going to be insane. The protests will be nothing like you've ever seen in sports before. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. And I hear things are already in motion for protests, I think on that first game of the season against Wolves, or at least the first game of the season. So yeah, I'm I'm worried for what distractions this might cause the team and the club, but it needs to be done. We need to let them know that they're not welcome here anymore and get this process moving. Full sale only. Glazers out. If you want that, I don't care who you really want as long as it's a full sale. Comment below Glazers out. Let's get them the hell up on out of here. But anyway, moving on. I'm just sick of talking about the takeover. I haven't talked about it in a few weeks, just because I know this process won't be done anytime soon. At the beginning of the summer, I did say that it will be at least until the end of the summer until we get a resolution on this. But now it looks to be even further ongoing than the end of the summer. I'll be surprised even by the winter transfer time if anything has been sorted. It's getting into 10 months almost, maybe 8, 9, 10 months, somewhere around that. It's been a very long time. I used to think, it took a while for American teams and clubs to sell, but this is becoming an absolute fucking joke at the moment. But anyway, let's move on. Let's stop talking about the Glazers. Let's stop talking about the sale at the moment. Well, let's not stop talking about it. Just at the moment, let's stop talking about it. It's just nothing is changing. Let's talk about Rasmus Hojlund. So Fabrizio Romano has put out a statement earlier today saying Rasmus Hojlund is set to be unveiled this weekend in front of the fans. I believe on Saturday against Rennes, he'll be unveiled at Old Trafford. I don't expect him to be playing in that game. He might feature in the following game against Athletic Bilbao in Dublin the following day, but I'm actually not too sure about that without any training. I don't know, maybe a 10, 15-minute cameo or something. I have no idea. So I wouldn't expect him to feature in any of these games. I'd be quite surprised if he did. I don't know what the delay is. It could be a possible visa delay going on with his transfer, but he is in London. I believe his medical is already complete. He's done interviews already from what I have read. I assume his pictures have been done, his kit pictures. I think they're just waiting on maybe a visa to finish or to come through. And I guess they just want to unveil our first young striker we've had in a long time in front of the fans. I just don't want this pressure to get to him. I feel like there's going to be, well, there will be, but people are building even more pressure onto Rasmus Hojlund at the moment. I am absolutely sick to death of the comparisons with Haaland because they're both Scandinavian blonde, big, tall strikers, but they do not have the same style at all. And plus, Haaland has been a phenom for the last 7 to 8 years, since he was like 15, 15 or so. And Rasmus Hojlund just had his first breakout season. So if you're comparing those two, I feel sorry for you. You're going to get disappointed unless you're, I don't know, or unless you're just trying to start some shit. I have no idea. I don't know why people love to compare players so much. But yeah, Rasmus Hojlund, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano to be unveiled this weekend. I guess we can all be looking forward to that. That's actually really exciting. I cannot wait to see him in the kit and feature. It looks like, though, we won't see him until most likely that first game of the season against Wolves. But yeah, it is what it is. At least he got him in. It would have been nice to get him in weeks ago, to get him into a preseason rhythm. But you know how our club moves, and we had other priorities. Well, I don't know if they were even priorities. I think they were just easier deals to do, and we just got them done first. But yeah, Rasmus Hojlund will be unveiled as a Manchester United player this weekend. Going to be a fun time. Comment below what you want from Rasmus Hojlund this season. Anyway, moving on. So this actually came as a surprise to me today. I've been saying for a little while now, Fred is basically going to Galatasaray. He's agreed personal terms, but it looks like they just cannot get a deal done with Manchester United at the price Manchester United are wanting for Fred. They've lowballed us like crazy, and Fabrizio Romano again has said that Fred will be on the move. It just will not be to Galatasaray. So maybe off to Saudi Arabia, or maybe even that revival in the Fulham interest. But I'm actually quite shocked. I thought we could have got him off to Galatasaray. It looked like he really, really wanted to go there. He agreed personal terms. The guys from Galatasaray even flew in to have a verbal discussion with Manchester United about Fred, but it looks like nothing has come about that. So yeah, pretty interesting. I was not expecting that, but we all know that him and Donny need to leave to fund a move for Sofyan Amrabat. And speaking of Donny, it looks like he might be set for a move to Spain. I think it's Real Betis. One sec. I think it was Real Betis. Yeah. I think they were in for Donny, and then they came out, but now they're back in for Donny van der Beek. So it could be that Donny is going to head over to Spain and play for Real Betis, but I'm honestly not too sure yet about this one. But these two deals, or at least one of them, needs to get done before we sign Sofyan Amrabat. Sofyan Amrabat's basically just sitting on his sofa back in Italy at the moment, just waiting for that phone call. He's not training with Fiorentina. He's not on tour with them at the moment. So he's just kicking back, waiting for that phone call, because he knows it's coming once we sell these players. He might already be house hunting in Manchester as we speak. Who knows? We all know he's going to be coming, but we just need to get one of these players out. It looked like a done deal with Fred, to be honest, but shit happens, right? Shit happens. It's Manchester United we're talking about here, right? We can't do sales for shit. So anyway, yeah, that's the news I have for you today. A bit of takeover news, if you want to even call it. Whoa, my voice just went really weird. A bit of takeover news, if you even want to call it news at all. It's basically the same thing, just regurgitated a different way. News on Fred actually not going to Galatasaray. Donny van der Beek possibly headed to Spain, and Rasmus Hojlund coming this weekend. The excitement is building. Anyway, comment below, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Later.